All right, small lesson here. Because I got in, because it was in the premium, I got in. Now, what we see here, let's turn this up. We have an inverse fair value gap here, right? It fell to this line and stopped, went back up. Now, usually in premium, you want to get in because you see 3 or 4 wicks here, you have the higher high there, but there's nothing else. There's no choach, there's no breakup structure, there's nothing that's saying, hey, I'm going to go where you think, right? So if I'm thinking, get in here, ride to 135, well, what is even telling me that it's going to drop that many points? Right now, it could just say, cool, you're in, and you'll get your 3 points, and that's it. But there's nothing here that says, I'm not cooling down before going this way. And so if you are going to get in on premiums like this, where clearly this is ran like 70 points since 8:30, then you need to have extra confirmation of things. You can't just get in because, well, it entered premium and it came out of premium. Yeah, but it could cool down and go back up. So what is telling you it's going to go down? And also, what is telling, and how down, right? Because look how wide this YB is. And not to mention, it's over VWAP. So yes, it could go down, but is it going to be the down you're looking for? Or is it going to be 2 or 3 points and then go back up? So you have to be mindful. So now we just got the stamp. I've been in this for at least 5 minutes, right? I think I got in here, right? So this was, almost 5, that was like 5 minutes ago. So we finally have the stamp, but again, we got this stamp as well. And then it went down and then went up. So on these type of runs, you're better likely to catch the low of these wicks and then go the other way than you are to think, oh, I'm going to short it. You're almost better to just catch the low and take the bullish setup. So just think of it like that. Like, don't just assume it has to go down as far as you want it to go down. You may catch more points continuing the trend than thinking this is just about to drop 10, 15 points. And when you're in these plays, it's to collect at least 10 points, right? At least. You'd like more, but at least. And then you need to study these candles, right? The candles will tell a story as well. So right now you're lucky. It is cooling down. The F, the IV, VG. But again, see how it hit this double here. So this is basically, if this falls through, I'm sure this will be a breaker structure because it kept falling here and then going back up. So until this really falls through, it is no, again, it's not to say it's not going to go back up. It just means it's cooling off. As you can see, these are wicks going down. This isn't a full candle, and we get a new candle in about 8 seconds. So just things to think about. Don't just feel like, oh, well, it has to go down. It's like, yeah, it can retrace 10 points. But that's if you bought at the top. If you're not buying until it falls out of this box, well, you already lost 5 points, which means it could go another 5 and go up. And that's probably something you should research. Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's going to. So it's like, yes, you felt it's going down, but you're not asking yourself. The better question is, how far? Is it worth getting in this if it's only going to go 5 points? Right? You're probably like, oh, wait, no. If you're looking to collect 10, 15, 25, then you need to wait for the confirmations, right? You need a sell sign here. You need a breakup structure. You need a lot of different confirmations that says, oh, okay, this is probably the 15, 20 points I want. But you got to start asking that question. I think that's a question you're not asking. It's not, is it going down? It's how far down? Is it meeting my minimal entry threshold, which is at least 10 points or at least 15 points, whatever your at least is. Because right now it's down 15 points. But again, you didn't buy here, right? You bought down here. So it was already in the 10. I mean, I already lost 5 by the time you got in. And actually you were trying to get in at 145, which means you're right in the retracement of this, because as you can see, it went 15, so it can exhaust 15. But if you're not buying at this absolute top, then now you're in the noise of like okay, we're going to go up, we're going to go down, we're going to go up, instead of getting a clean exit, which would probably have been entering at 140. So yes, you would have missed 17 points, but the continuation of it going down, you know, the sell side, maybe, see, now we got the choke. So now we finally have a bearish choke, but that took 8 minutes. So again, like, just things to think about. There's the sell sign. You know, just things to think about as you're getting in. You're not just getting in to get in. You're getting in and having that, which is why you need to plan. Even your scalps can be planned, right? You can start drawing these. Like, say you were trying to get in when this drops, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna write it up. I mean, I'm not gonna write it up and wait for it to fall. So when this happens here, now you can start to look, okay, cool, I think I would enter here, right? The break of structure, this last wick, this is where I'm going to enter, and I'm going to write it down. But then also asking yourself, what are the confirmations? This is why you need that one pager, so that you can know what to, you know, what box to tick. Because now we're getting the curvature of that. But again, this doesn't mean this is this is going to fall. This just means it's cooling off a little bit. There's not, you know, the choke here is good to have, right? Because if we go back to the last choke, this was the bearish choke. So we got this at 128, and it only went 6 points, right? Where this choke was 140, and we got 17 points. So the choke doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you're always going to get a lot of points. So here's one, right? That was like 5 points. So it doesn't always mean, oh, wow, we're going to get all the move. No, you may not get all the move. You may just get a little bit, right? And is it worth the risk? Right? Like right now, you're clearly getting nothing, right? It's not really wanting to fall. So it's like, it wasn't really that great of an entry because you're not really getting a lot of points right now. Just something to think about.